came in search of that heifer, but I didn't see her when I was up there. Didn't see her down here. She may be in the barn, I don't know. But I was down here looking at these girls and I thought, I'll show you this old maple. That's like every bit of 7 or 8 feet across. It has looked like this as long as I can remember. I do remember a big chunk coming out of it, and every now and then there's a chunk of something like that one laying across. It's wedged in there so bad it can't go anywhere. Oh, Corona. You know, God knows how many little maples it took to make this big one. But it has been like this pretty much my entire life. That main chunk's kind of dead going up there, but the rest of it just refuses to die. And yes, it's all hollow inside. Has been for years. And these roots all the way down there all come from here. And that's, well, to the last roots right there. That's every bit of 35 feet, maybe 40 feet. I have no idea how far out here the roots might go. But it has held on for dear life for a long time. And when you look inside, what do you see? Oh, the creek's down there. I don't know if any critters are living in it. I just think it's pretty cool. The old tree just has the will to live no matter what. God knows whatever happened to it to begin with. Maybe since I got you this one, I'll go get a shot of the other maple tree that I was talking about over by the bridge. That way you get 2 maples today. When I was little, there was a old cedar stump. That would have been probably about right here. Oh, about that far away. And there was some brush in here. Mom and I were down here doing something. And 3 doe walked by. And Mom told me to stand still, and I stood in that hollowed out stump. You know, I was just a little bugger. It was like shoulder high on me, so my head was sticking up, but it was open on one side. Those doe walked so close to me that I could reach out and touch them. 2 of them stopped and looked me in the eye and then just walked on. They never knew I was there. Or if they did, they didn't care. They knew it was good. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go back and look for that heifer. Check out the one playing King of the Mountain over here. I don't think this is her. This is 42, and I think 44 is the one I'm looking for. This one I actually saw yesterday. I thought it was her because they look very similar in the face to me. And I actually did about a 2-minute video talking about her and looking at her. I'm going, wait a minute, ain't nothing wrong with her leg. So if I find her, I'll show her, maybe, unless it's in where they can't see nothing. And yeah, look at that. That used to be beautiful, productive farmland and pasture for well over 100 years. Not shit. Well, here's this old maple. God knows when it got knocked down, but at some point, obviously, it got knocked down and then grew up. Solid as can be, for the most part. And like a lot of things this year, look at how many seeds are loaded on the sucker. The firs are the same way. They do that in years of drought. I hate to guess how far out here the root system goes on this thing. It may just go straight down, God only knows. I don't plan on finding out. But she's seen a lot of stuff over the years. Yeah, a couple dead limbs on it, but yeah, this thing's looked just like this as far back as I can remember, kind of like that other one. This is where Becky thought it was a good idea to step down and look in the water when we were working on the bridge, and she fell on her ass. Yeah, right there. That might be her butt print right there. I don't know. You didn't hear me say that, right? I don't plan on slipping and falling on my ass. And by the looks of it, it's got a hollow up inside it. Yep. And keep in mind, when it floods, that top part there is underwater, so anybody living in there, they better have a spot going to the upstairs. I got one more maple I think I'll show you since I'm doing it. Right over there. I just got to go clear around to get to it. At least I'm on the right side of the creek, though, because the creek crosses twice between here, but I go that way to get there. Okay, here's the last one. Well, there's a couple others, but this is the last very notable one. It's always been full of the old man's beard. It's good stuff if you want to make a torch. See where you're going. God knows when it was burned. Duck down to get in here. And there's, old rotten and some new going up on it. Part of that old rotten chunk fell down, I don't know, 8 or 10 years ago. And it's see-through. This whole thing has weathered God knows what. Another one of these, it's been just like this as long as I can remember. It's not safe to try to cut. So what do you do with it? You leave it here. It's, every bit of 4 foot through, I suppose. And you can see like this short that's been broke off or ate off or whatever. The newer limb that just follows that edge right down. That's where it's got good feed down to the bottom. And yep, very, very hollow. You'd even look a ways up into that big limb. Probably look up a ways into the other one too. It's amazing. Like I say, it's not one you want to try to cut. And we don't hang around down here when the wind's blowing. Although it's been through a lot. It was standing here just like that Columbus Day storm in 1962. And literally right across the creek over there, about where that cow is, there was about a 5-foot through cedar that laid right down parallel to the creek across there. And it was surrounded by other trees, and this one was out here in the open. But like I said, I figured I'd show you. Now you've seen the interesting maples. And yep, definitely loaded with seeds.